So I'm ready to go. I've just been petting them right now as we've been chatting about what games we play. Let's see who's in the chat. We've got a fair number of viewers. Yeah, we got a lot of people. We got Seth, Shmeezy, Skrunk, Tuo, Tricky. I see you guys are watching it. Digi, Kimbrel, all these people. All appreciate it. I'm glad you guys came back after we had the little hiccup. And hopefully we can make it exciting for you. But this is Game 3. Lemon Snow Cones versus Dire Straits. It's the best of 5, but now it's just a best of 3. So, you know, it's just like a best of 3 that started late. And we're into the bans, and Lemon Snow Cones just don't want to see that Slardar. Just want no part of it.
Yeah, it's a strong hero, but I think that after patches and a lot of the nerfs that he's had, I'm not really sure the pure hatred for that hero at this point. They haven't really had drafts that he counters really hard, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, you saw how much work the Sand King did. I mean, he kind of, you know, as a 4, he does the same sort of thing, and they ban up the Sand King because I think they don't like these blink stunning 4s that just cause them issues. Dire Straits does take out the Tinker this time. They want no part of that. I don't blame them. But according to Ziggity, who's telling us nicely that it is Tar's favorite hero, and I could see that. The Ricky ban makes me think, though. I think they banned out Ricky last time, but why ban out Ricky? Yeah, so
they ban out Ricky every time so far.
Every time. Yeah, I wonder if Lemon Snow Cones has used Ricky against people. They go for the Axe first pick, and immediately Jakiro comes out. I love that response. I don't know if that was pre-planned, though, because they picked it really quickly. They might have just wanted Jakiro no matter what, but I love Jakiro against Axe. He's one of the supports that can actually just zone an Axe easily at level 1.
I don't really like Venge, though. I think it's funny that they ban out the Tinker first phase and Axe instead of the Axe, and Axe gets first picked. Makes a lot of sense that they were banning that out before then. I also would have liked to. I really would like to see a Monkey King, and I know this is crazy for me to say this, but Monkey King is a core on versus the Axe. It's something I talk about all the time. If you ever watch any of my streams or anything, the Monkey King is just destroys an Axe in combination versus him. So it works very similar as an Ursa. So there could have been that as a pickup early, and you can move him into carry or support at that point. But the Venge, if you use a Venge as a flex pick, Venge does not work. She doesn't work the best versus an Axe as a core. And as a support, yeah, you can swap someone out, but they're still taunted and they're still going to move towards the Axe. Yeah. Whereas if you have another support that just like stops him up or blows him up somehow, or has some way of making sure that he doesn't do his combination, that's a way better hero to have. I'm not a big fan of Venge versus Axe.
Yep. And we see in response the Lemon Snow Cones pick up the Invoker for themselves. Prior to games, .p Dire Straits had prioritized it. When you go Jakiro Vengeful, it doesn't feel like a sort of Invoker tempo game, but it definitely fits with the Axe very well. A call is a guaranteed Sunstrike unless something else manages to move the heroes, as long as the Axe doesn't drag them out, that sort of thing. So it just makes, call, Sunstrike usually is a kill.
It's true. The thing is, you do have Venge, and the Venge combination, even though I said I didn't like that, it is a very good way to stop the combination of the Invoker. You can either swap out the Axe, make them move, if you can do it fast enough, or you can swap out the individual target. The Sunstrike hits the Venge, hopefully doesn't kill her. If it does, oh well, you lost a Venge, and you probably saved your other target. So
I wonder if they're going to go push strat, though. They do like to run a strat where they put they do run a strat with Voiceless Fade on the Venge as a push strat. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried that, if that was the plan with the Jakiro Venge pickup, at least to leave that option open. So
it does make sense with the two bans.
They ban out the tree, yeah. They ban out these heroes. Both, like, Lich makes it hard for you to get that snowball rolling. He also can armor up the towers, and Tree just stalls out the game because if you don't take that tower in one go, yeah, Jakiro is good against living armor, like, in combat, but if you don't commit hard and actually get the tower dead, they're just going to heal it up after you back off. So they ban out the Void on Lemon Snow Cones. Interesting. I wonder why they banned out the Void.
It does work very well with Jakiro, so there is that combination there.
Oh yeah, and if you get a time dilation on Invoker, it just cripples him. He has to have some way to purge that, otherwise he just ends up slowing himself hugely and can't there. So, Ziggity's saying that Snap plays Axe usually, and so Snapped is usually their offlane core player.
Gotcha. Well, the weird thing about this is they actually ban out Slark, and Slark is one of the biggest counters to a Slark is an Axe. So, a very interesting idea to take that out, especially versus this strong push lineup so far. I don't really think you needed to ban out the Slark, but that's okay. That's probably something that they just fear in general, and they just don't want to face that hero. Either that, or they want supports that don't deal with a Slark at this point.
Yeah, maybe they want like a Bristle or as something like they're taking out a Silver Edge carrier, so they don't like Void against Invoker or Void Jakiro. And then you take out Slark because he's like the Silver Edge carrier you worry about. Well, there is the reason why. They didn't want the Slark getting Shadow Blade and just jumping and killing Drow.
Yeah, that's true, but Axe just shuts down his lane way too hard to even make that.
Honestly, it's not a great... Because, and I just think of this in pub terms usually, like Drow lineups are actually really good against Slark because you just 5-man together, and what's the Slark going to do? Like, you just kill him once he jumps on somebody after you save them. But in a pub sense of you can just jump the Drow or jump the Invoker and kill them. Because we saw that, you know, people were kind of wandering around a lot. What do you think about the Lina pick?
Lina pick is risky. I don't. It's okay to pick up at this point because you can use her as a support, but you already have the Venge picked up, and it's decently to actually switch into a Legion commander. So you have a lot of potential there, but I don't think she 100. I don't think she 100% wins versus those two right now. She does have a lot of magic damage to cut through the Axe, and I really like that. And paired up with the Legion, it makes it a little bit better. I'm just, for some reason, a popular combination is always Venge Lina whenever I see people play that combo, and they don't work the best together. Yes, you give her the damage boost, but they are both actually very, very squishy. And you have a setup for her, but you just have some type of AoE magic damage, and usually they both die pretty fast.
Yeah. I do like the Legion a lot because you're dealing with a Drow lineup, so you know you're going to get pushed. So you want heroes with wave clear. So Lina, Legion, and Jakiro, they can stall out this Drow's push for sure, but the issue is that because they have the Invoker and the Axe is like their tri-core, I think they go pretty dang well late. So... And Rubik's another support who scales great into the late game. So you got all this wave clear to stop the Drow lineup, but do you really want to take it late with a Legion Lina, Jakiro Venge? I don't know. I'm not quite seeing Dire Straits draft here. I'm trying to think of a carry that completes it. As far as bans go, I would like to ban out the... Yeah, Dazzle. I was actually going to say, banning out the Dazzle to avoid that sustain push is something definitely worth doing.
They need something to jump with the Legion. They need Ursa. If they have Ursa, it breaks down Axe and he has to go into the jungle, and then they can rotate with their easily rotatable supports.
They can just aggro the Drow, really.
They need a massive front line. They need two people who can front line. They need their offlaner and their one to be able to front line, because Lina, Jakiro, Venge all need to be in the back line to help out the situation. And that's going to be the best. That's going to lane the best with Axe, and there's not very many melee cores that can really lane versus him. Unless you do Monkey King. You could do Monkey King, but Monkey King is not a strong hero like
the Spirit Breaker pick here. You can just charge that Lina. Yeah. I think Ursa's good. The only other option I'd say is Lifestealer. I don't like it as much, but he is a natural... He is good against Invoker because he has that rage, and he's also pretty good against Axe in the same way because he gets his health back. and he can do a burst magic, he can escape. He has a lot of things that kind of work for him as Axe. Now the downside is Axe Call does go through rage, so it kind of goes both ways. And now they have a Spirit Breaker who doesn't care about your rage, so maybe Lifestealer isn't the option. But I feel like Urza puts them on the clock too much almost. Even with, I guess Lena scales super well late now with her new.
Lena scales super well late, and Legion scales super well late if you do it correctly. Like they still have plenty of late game. They have plenty of mid game push. They have plenty of early game potential in lane if they pick up an Ursa.
I just don't believe in Ursa very much. I just think the hero, it's very easy to throw away all your advantage that you got from having an Ursa in lane, and then you just get kited to death by frost arrows, by invoker spells. Ursa's one of those here. Yeah.
Then you have Lena and Legion and Jakiro doing all the damage in the back, though. Like, they have to have someone up front. And if he does get kited out, then it's kind of okay at this point. They still have plenty of other damage. They just have to have something tanky that can actually lane well versus Axe. And once that happens, they're fine. And look at their Roche potential, too. Like, Venge Ursa would be insane to take down after they kill like one person.
Yeah.
You would? Okay.
Yeah,
I thought I lost you there for a second.
Nope, I'm still just thinking. I'm just not sold on the Ursa. Lycan. Okay. I'm down with that.
Ugh, I'm not. Too much lockdown, man. It does help the duels.
It helps against duels. Lycan is good against Drow. You can just run her down. Also, it provides them with a lot more push than the Ursa does, and it still provides that Roche potential, though not as immediate as an Ursa. It's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's just you want to talk about lockdowning a hero. Like, they have multiple things that go through BKB. And that's the way that he gets tanky and is able to run away. He just has super fast move speed. They have multiple ways to catch super fast move speed.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the whole thing of, like, the Lycan, you don't want to be going in first. Like, you don't just ult and BKB and run in first, because then you get charged, you get axe called. Like, you honestly need the Legion or they need a Lena Shadowblade 100% this game, and then you have the Legion and the Lena need to be the ones to kind of initiate fights, and then Lycan comes in and just chops down the Invoker, chops down the Drow.
Yeah, it's possible. I do like these drafts, though. It's actually probably better than the other two games back to back. There's a lot of give and take from both teams. I don't think it's as one-sided, so
yeah.
This should really show.
Yeah, the other thing is that oh jeez. What? Did we miss something in the lobby chat?
Maybe.
I don't know if we're gonna finish this series. They're just saying thank you and they all DC'd. Let me ask.
Well, how about them techies?
Yeah. Okay, they're remaking. Snapped has to go. They're grabbing a stand-in.
Okay.
Not great, but they're gonna keep the same draft, so they should be able to just go through it quick. I'm back in the lobby. You should be able to hop up. Looks like Snap is there again, but they're gonna grab a stand-in. So
Ziggity jumping in.
yeah, that's my guess. Ziggity had been watching. He is their stand-in, so I guess Ziggity will come in and they'll run that same draft. Yeah. So is what it is. Mr. Blue, like I don't mind liking into Axe isn't great, but it's not the worst as far as lane goes. The key with dealing with any Axe lane is you've got to just punish the Axe. You got to run at the Axe and just don't let him get off the ground. Make him go to the jungle. You got to be prepared to do that with almost any hero. Even Ursa has to get aggressive on an Axe, otherwise Axe can just kind of get his levels and farm up, and then he's fine. That's one of the key mistakes you see is like when a carry has an advantage, they don't punish them. That's one of the things that like Herpes did on the Legion did very well. Like once he had that level advantage on the Phantom Assassin, anytime the Phantom Assassin was alone or was exposed, he just ran at her. You don't want to give, like, if you just trade farm in a lane that's advantageous for you, you're just in trouble.
Yeah, you definitely have lost a lot of potential there. I think that you don't necessarily need to pressure someone out when you're like Ursa, though. When you have the kill, you go, and you can pressure people out just by yourself. You can pressure him out 1v1. That's the thing, is if he tries to get any last hits, he can get the levels, yes, but you can have your supports do things elsewhere if you have to do that. Or you can, like you said, you can push him out of lane. It just gives you an advantage in lane by having the Ursa there more than it does having the Lycan able to howl and help people out and get a little bit more push out of your lineup. Whereas when you already have what they have, Legion, pretty decent as time goes on because she gets extra damage. Jakiro, great at pushing. Thought they had another person who was awesome. Venge. They already had so much push already.
Yeah, it wasn't Snap who had to stand out. It was the other guy. Distant Echo. Sheepy had to go. That's who it is. Okay, so we're good to go. Everyone's here. Ziggity's the stand-in who was just watching the game stream. Thanks for watching, Ziggity. Now you can have fun playing. Last time, actually this happened last series too. Top Gun Betamax got pulled in. He was just watching the stream, and then it's like, okay, go play. Lobby game finding server. Okay. We had a little lag connecting to the server clusters there, and
I disconnected.
Yep, DC. So, okay, it's second tries the charm. Man, ugh. They couldn't see us in the casting channel, but we're good. We are here, we are in game, so it's fine. They just all picked this, they're just going to pick their heroes. Because, you know what? You just got to get this done as quick as possible. So, it is what it is.
They already did the draft, so...
Yeah, you already did the draft. It's not like, yeah, this is pro Dota where people are like, but we must preserve the draft data. No. Knoxville can be sad all he wants if there's no 82L draft data. So, he just always gets sad about the remakes, and I understand it. Like, it does sometimes ruin your data set, but it's also just the practicality of you just got to get going. So, we're just into strategy time again. We didn't get past that before, so immediately had to go.
Well,
so Ziggity stands in. Ziggity's a good player. I don't know. I played quite a bit with Ziggity too. He was a good. I believe he played 4 mostly when I played with him. He was quite good. But I can't say I know how he would fit in on the team, but since he is a regular sub, like he showed up on the Dota buff, all that stuff, he should be fine. And I know he plays with the guys a fair amount, so hopefully they shouldn't have any hiccups. But we are back in, and away we go.
I'm a little interested to see how they run this with the Spirit Breaker on for Ziggity. He could go bottom and go into this duo lane type situation once again, but I think that leaves Drow Ranger and Rubik being too squishy of a lane to deal with a spamming Legion Commander. Legion Commander did the right thing and bought a lot of regen in the very beginning, so she may be able to get the advantage on these two, even with Drow giving all of the damage to Rubik. And seems like they prioritized items onto him. No, they didn't. Okay, they did not. He has normal items. He just has a lot of damage.
Yep.
And looking at this draft, it looks like that they're going to have Ziggity, as I thought, in a dual lane type situation once again. Jakiro should be able to punish that. Jakiro Ven should be able to punish that. It's a lot of kill potential there, and as much as Drow gives a bonus to damage for Invoker and Rubik, the Howl gives quite a bit of damage to the other supports too if they want to try to jump in on someone. So it's not really, it's more or less the win comes out from Lycan in the lower numbered matches.
Ooh, Lina gets the better block by a pretty big margin. That's a big deal against the Lina lane. This makes it very difficult for the Invoker. He's already at a damage disadvantage even with the Drow. Yeah, okay, it's actually even with the Drow. But because of the spam ability of the nuke, he's at a disadvantage in this lane for quite some time. Just the spam ability. Oh, he does get the range creep deny though, so they trade denies. And we have another pause. Vision, no, don't do this to me. You're a Jakiro, it's fine. You're already lagging. Like, honestly, playing Jakiro's like you're lagging all the time. Your spells take forever. You turn like a tank. Just kind of roll with it. It's like a Viper. If you're lagging, you're just like, okay, you know what? I don't think this changes how I play.
Well, it is the finals though, so I mean, I hear you. I hear you. It's there's been too much pausing.
I understand pausing briefly, maybe reconnecting, but you can't keep going. The good news is that this they are going to be able to get some XP out of this dual lane. It got pushed up. Ooh, but they get the dual breath onto Axe. Snapped is going to be forced back. Ooh, he walks back into this. He gets stunned now. He's going to take a bunch of damage from this. Oh, Ziggity charges in when he didn't really need to. They're going to win a fairly hefty harass war here, and it also stacks up their own creep wave, which means that the lane's going to push pretty hard, so they should be able to get the equilibrium in their favor. Meanwhile, on mid, Lina's doing a good job of punishing the Invoker, of just shoving him under his tower, making it harder to last hit, and just outlast hitting him overall. But Invoker, you know, he'll do okay. He's doing just fine. He's only 2 last hits down. I guess Lina, that's pretty good. Meanwhile, Drow's only got 2. That's not great. And as you said, now's level 2 is just running at this Rubik. Doesn't even care.
It's there's a lot of potential that Legion Commander has, and she's used a lot of her regen at this point, but it's worth it. And they're trying to get a kill on Snapped at bottom with. Nope, he's gonna easily walk away. He has plenty of regen as well. Speaking of which, Ven just eats a mango, and she's back up to full mana though.
Yeah. But yeah, you can see that they, just by shoving the wave under the tower, it made it very hard for the Drow to last hit. But now Drow's level 2, so Frost Arrows make it a lot harder to do those aggressive trade motions. You get punished a lot more. This is honestly a lane where I think you get 2 points in Frost Arrows and then a point in Gust. Like, you don't prioritize your aura, because you gotta be able to punish this Legion. And so if you have a 2nd point in Frost Arrows, every time you hit her, you basically get an extra right click in, and that's a big, big deal. So...
I gotta give it up to Lemons at this point. They have been using their wards very, very well to be able to scout out the rotations, and Axe is able to get a lot more levels out of this than he should be in this lane because they have no sentries that are able to really scout out the Dire's wards here, and they always place it in near the same spot every time.
Yeah. But not in the exact same spot. It's kind of in a different sentry spot, I think, each time. Which is good to do, because you could see, like, they probably kind of expected here. Oh, Rubik could get run down. But Drow is just staying away from the creep wave. Does get hit there with the overwhelming odds. But now, Spirit Breaker and Axe are still able to get their levels. Axe might get gone on here, though. He's got 2 heroes running at him, but he does have the boots up, which, good for you. Like, too many heroes don't buy boots right away. Jakiro gets caught. He's going to get called out. Oh, and if they go on this... Oh, that's a first blood. Beautiful for an Axe. They might be able to bring down the Axe in return, but you'll take that trade for a first blood every time. And he could also kite him out. He gets the salve off. They're not going to be able to cancel... Oh, he turns around. Oh, no, he doesn't get canceled.
I think they stalled the ward earlier when he dropped at the pause. Either
he
that
gets a call onto the Lycan. Then they get the stun off on him. Oh, another bash. One more bash. Does the Bash Lord hit? No, he doesn't, but man, that Lycan took a lot of damage. And now with First Blood, he can buy a Ring of Regen soon. Yeah, this is getting ugly for the bot lane. Up top, oh, Lina gets an Arcane and a double damage rune, though. So, rip Invoker's health pool. Oh my goodness.
True, but Invoker is 24 and 17 at this point, so...
What happened there?
Mid lane is not going well for them at all.
No, no it isn't. Drow Aura helps, but not that much. Shouldn't be getting help that much. Just getting outplayed. Just all there is to it. And that happens, even in advantageous lanes. You just kind of got to go for it and cover. Meanwhile, top, the Legion has been successfully pushed out. He has gone for more points in the Aura. Not my choice, but it's working out. And one disadvantage of how the Legion's playing this lane is because you're spamming out your nuke to try to harass them, it does mean that your Drow is going to get the opportunity to sit under a tower and get some free XP and some free last hits, and that's really what the Drow wants. And the fact that she's level 4 now means that she's pretty hard to pressure here, though she hasn't bought any boots or anything yet because she's been kept away from the side shop. And this is actually one of those things where you got to know to tell. And Lena's getting charged. She is so aggressive right now. Cold Snap comes out. Nice play by Ziggity to move around. Oh, doesn't quite get off the body block. There's 2 TP rotations, though, and a Howl. I think they're going to get a counter kill here. No, there's no Light Strike Array. He actually went for 2 points in Fiery Soul. If he has a Light Strike Array, I think that's a kill for sure, right?
It definitely is. It's a very greedy build to do. He was just trying to push out the Invoker again. I kind of want to point this out. On both teams, they're really trying to push out an Invoker, and it's very hard to do that. Invoker's not a person that you can push out real easy. He's a person, you can kill. You gank very easily. If you have a good rotation, you can gank him pretty easily.
And they've got 2 good heroes to rotate. Invoker's such a slow hero. Jakiro's actually a pretty good ganker. You just, if you have any sort of setup, like your Dual Breath sets up a Light Strike Array. Venge also is a good ganker. As long as you smoke, you get in range of that stun, you set up the Light Strike, the full combo. But yeah, Invoker's now a full level up, is doing quite a bit better in last hits. The one downside is that DD rune, plus the Lena's pressure. Invoker's already lost his tower. That's big. That means it's much harder to save him from these ganks. Like right now, look at the... They have invisible Morgan Freeman farms coming in with the stun. Doesn't go for the Light Strike Array. What? He still doesn't have it because he got his ult. Oh, yeah. I guess you got to get the ult, but man, these kills would happen if he just goes with the correct build.
Honestly, if he would have just got enough mana there, he could have just ulted him and taken him out completely. It was also a little bit of a mismanagement of mana at that point.
Yeah.
Top.
Oh, up top. Yep, they're running at the Venge. Looks like they rotated up the Axe here. This whole thing is going crazy. I was wondering, looking for the Axe down bot, like what's going on, but I guess he TP'd up there to save the Drow. Guess it must have been a dive with the Venge rotating up there. Still
It was a slow dive. It wasn't actually a dive. He was putting up a lot of pressure with just
Yeah,
spamming
just
him
spam the
out.
creep wave and then you just run at them. Yeah, that makes sense. Still, good rotate. Good. It's always good when your offlaner's more than willing to do that to save a kill for kill potential happening. Yeah, it slows down his farm, but Spiritbreaker is able to just absorb all this XP bottom, and that's really good for the team overall. The fact that he gets a lap, and you know, you save your carry, and saving the Drow is definitely worth that TP. Drow now has treads, is working towards an Aquila, just getting those stats up, maxing the aura, which makes they're really setting up Tar, putting him in a position to shine. Tar's going super greedy with this, no boots, straight Midas, but you know, he's not been punished for it. So if he gets like one more last hit, he'll have a sub 9-minute Midas, which is pretty good. Lena's moving up to gank. He's going to get this rune, has the arcane rune. TP's down bot, looking to turn this, but yep, they get the Light Strike Array. That lands. This Spiritbreaker is going to go down. Wow, he is tankier than I thought. I thought he was going to be dead sooner than that, but they still do get the kill, so that's what they wanted.
That pickup with Light Striking Array makes me think that he wasn't trying to do a certain build. I think he accidentally hit Fiery Soul before and just tried to make the most out of it.
Yeah, I mean,
misskills. Yeah.
Misskills do happen, but it also could just be he wasn't thinking that they'd gank the Invoker. I don't know. But Invoker has his Midas now. It's coming out in the Courier, so it's about a 9-minute Midas is by the time he's going to get it. And that's going to be a problem for them to deal with. He's already shown with the Tinker that he's completely capable of taking over the game, if you let him. And just his ability to farm with this fairly early Midas pickup is only going to accelerate.
It looks like they're going to try to go in on bottom. He does get a decent call, but he's going to be slowed out on Axe. Not a lot of trade happening, but
yeah. And Lycan's got these treads. He's got 2 points of his passive. He's very tanky right now. Meanwhile, Lena's trying to make a play. There's no mid tower to defend. Just looking to go in, and Drow kind of walks. Oh, that Light Strike Array was on his own hero. Ziggity wants to go in, but I don't think this is the play. Oh, this Light Strike Array is going to land. This is going to be a duel. Yep. And it's just miscommunication there. If they'd had backup from the if the Drow comes in for that at the same time, maybe they were able to get a Sunstrike kill, but Ziggity was just a little overly ambitious there. And yeah, that ends up leading a very valuable dual kill. But however, Voiceless Fade's getting pressured by this Axe now. He's level 5 to level 6 and no mana for the ult. He has the dunk. All he needs to do is get in range and he can dunk him. Is he going to be able to get the dunk? No, the Venge stun's there. They're going to turn this. Oh, this. Oh. The Venge is going to be able to punch him down with the minus armor.
Oh, he could have walked away.
Yeah.
No, he had the move speed. If he didn't turn, he would have been fine.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And he just wasn't able to get the dunk off either. Oh, that's rough. Still, well, Lena's been trying to get active ganking, and that's good. Once you take the tower, you definitely want to do that. You also don't want to lose your own mid tower so quickly, and no one rotated to defend mid. I think that's a pretty big mistake here. You never want to give up your mid tower like this. It was a misplay by the Invoker in some ways to give up his own mid tower here, and he needs to run right now. Overwhelming odds, they could potentially run into the gank here, but
yeah, he also has like no boots still, and I can't believe that he's able to get away with this for so long.
Yeah, I thought he'd bought boots. He has boots, he just hasn't gotten the courier yet. He bought boots a while ago.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you buy it, that's still the supports need to be able to rotate on an Invoker who has no boots.
Yeah. Once you go there. And it looks like Direwolf is going for the mana boots Yule's build, probably into Bloodstone. That's fine. I like Yule's against Axe. It's a good item, and it's just a good theme item in general.
See, at this point, you can kind of see, though, what I was talking about at bottom. Lycan's really not getting that much out of the lane. He's 36 last hits, and Axe has 25, and he was sharing that with experience-wise with Ziggity. So they're able to get the levels on Ziggity. He actually hit level 2 before Axe, and Axe is still doing okay at this point. Whereas, like, Lycan's not really getting that much. You have to keep Jakiro down here at all times, so they haven't really been able to get a good gank.
Up top they have a duel on the Drow. They do get the Drow. They come in with the Spirit Breaker charge, but it's not in time, and they've got 3 heroes. Light Strike Stray is just going to miss. Overwhelming odds. They're going to pressure him. Oh, with only 40 HP, he's able to walk away. But meanwhile, they're going to push in mid, take that. The Drow's getting sacked a little, but if we see, the Invoker's got a Midas and has the most last hits and is accelerating pretty darn well. And Drow, as pressured as she is still keeping up with the Lycan. So they do lose the safe lane tower, but this tier 2 is getting punished. Will they be able to get the Invoker out? He's got a TP. He should be able to just TP away. And Drow actually rotates bottom. Interesting. She does level 8, so her levels are good. Just doesn't have quite the items.
Yeah, she's been doing a decent job. Really the amount of pressure that Legion has been able to keep on her, she's still been able to stick around in lane, which is an accomplishment in and of itself. Because I thought that lane would go much worse.
They're setting up to kill this Lycan. Do they have any vision on the Radiant? I don't think so. They're gonna see this Drow, but yeah, Lycans just has to leave. Oh, they get the lift. That's gonna slow him down to set up the charge. Oh, he gets off his ult. Yep, he's gonna be just fine. He's gonna take a lot of damage though.
They're looking to fight again. Looks like there's gonna be a 5v5 team fight. Vision's a little bit cut off.
Lycan's ult's gonna run out in seconds. I don't think they want to fight this.
Looks like they do.
Jakiro
wow, Jakiro ult
just destroyed them. Wow.
And the call come down, the overwhelming odds dropped. Rubik's down super low. They're going to get a couple right clicks to kill him off.
Yep.
The Jakiro's going to be able to get a stun on the axe coming in. They get the slow. No, they do not get the slow, but the swap is there. The lightning strike array is there. The magic damage is all there. The call comes down, brings down Spirit Breaker pretty low, but he's just going to walk away from the battle. Fantastic play by Vision.
Yep, he was hiding in the trees looking for the opportunity and just got behind them all and got a 4-man ice wall. The only person he didn't get was the dual target, which is perfect, so it kept triggering off the counterattacks. So, now 7-1.
In the last tournament, in the last tournament that we did, Faf, I had nothing good to, nothing but good things to say about Vision's Jakiro, and he's proven himself again. This is that was an incredible play, and honestly, if they can keep getting kills like that, if he can get up another level again and actually put a level in Macropyre, he actually can't do the damage, I guess, versus the Legion Commander, because they do have Invoker with all of that farm, and he can just Sunstrike the Legion Commander at this point, so I can see why he's not doing that. So that's actually another smart move by him. I was actually going to say once he got up Macropyre, they could take some serious dual damage off of them.
Yeah,
it's a good place.
Yeah, but even with that, nice fight here, they're still in a position where overall they're not really out farming them, and in an Invoker lineup with the Invoker lineup and with Lina being a decent amount behind, nice charge out, but there was an Invis Rune Lina, but she's not really in a position. Nice body block, nice lift into the Meteor combo. The Lycan, are they going to be able to get away? Yeah, Howl is just too much heal, and then they turn on the Rubik's Duel swap, is able to get the Invoker out. What a nice play by Distant Echo. And the Howl, nighttime, is only the nighttime Howl was able to save him, and even then it wasn't by much. But it did, in the end, save him. And now, Invoker does manage to get out, so it's just a Rubik for that. So, that's okay, but decent turn there. How close is Axe to his Blink Dagger? Oh! He Sunstruck him with the ward. Nice play.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah, he was going for the Bounty Rune. They had this dire ward here, and Tar gets the nice Sunstrike on him, and that means Tar's going to have a 16-minute Midas Ags now. All he has to do is farm up this creep wave mid, and he'll have it. And that is just such a huge problem for them, especially since Drow's levels are still quite good. Level 10 Drow at the point. Yep, they took bottom tower. They're going to be able to punish... Oh, the stolen Light Strike array. Do they have a Sunstrike?
They maybe do. I don't think that they have a Sunstrike up at that moment.
He's got vision.
They do. It was actually a really good play by Jakiro there again. They actually had a 2-man stun Ice Path.
He got it.
He got it.
Yup. And just making plays. And just, I think this shows that they really needed to have him on... The Silencer's just not enough of a playmaker. Like, he's a good hero, you can lane with him well, but putting him on Tinker, putting him on Invoker, these heroes that can really carry the team, he's able to make these sort of plays, and really carry their team. So, mana boots up on the Rubik are able to give Invoker the mana he needs to do this, but Herpes is set up to punish them if he gets some TP support. He just tries to stall out the push and blinks away. They do get vision coming in, so they should be able to defend this tower.
Yeah, if they can actually get a duel off of on Invoker, that would be huge for the Dire Straits at this point. They really need to have some type of potential to come back and really punish the Invoker out, because they've been doing a good job of punishing the rest of the team out. And honestly, that's pretty much their advantage, is how much the net worth of Invoker's got to be. So looking at that.
Yeah, that is their advantage, but they have a over 2k experience advantage if you look at that, and that's a big deal right there. Whenever a Drow lineup, you always worry about her falling. It's always about her levels, because that level 2 ult, the points in the aura are just such big mile markers for her. And oh, they get the tornado. Nope, he just misses it.
Very close.
Does Axe have his blink? Axe does have his blink. It's actually got one component of his blade mail now.
Direwolf went for a Yule's build this game. How do you feel about that?
I like it a lot because it gives them an option to deal with an Axe call, assuming he's not the one caught. You can always just Yule's up the Axe, and he's going to stop spinning. Okay, they're going to get the duel off. Not on the Invoker, though. Goes on the Drow, and Invoker just destroys, and then there's the dunk. That's a 1 duel for Drow? No. The duel had ended before then. Lycan's just going to be able to run in and just destroy the Drow, but he gets stunned up by the stolen Light Sector Ray. Okay, then the real Light Sector Ray comes around, the Macropyre comes out, and the Lycan is just running on in, and they're just running a stolen Macropyre there. There's so much fire! And they're pinging out there, and we have some nice all-chest stuns, and it ends up being a 4-for-1, and that flips the game. That's a 1.3 gold swing. Gets the Mask of Madness done on Lycan, but they don't get the Invoker kill, and I just think how much better would that fight have gone had because he had the option of who to duel there. If he had dueled the Tar's Invoker, I think that fight is just an easy 5 for none wipe. Oh, and Direwolf almost dies to that. Now he's going to run. The charge is coming. He has a Yule's, though, so if he knows the charge is coming, he should just be able to Yule's the Spirit Breaker and instantly get away. No problem. Yule's the Spirit Breaker. Okay, Ziggity.
Free duel?
Yep, free duel. If you make that play, once you go that far, you've just got to commit. Just say you're going to get Direwolf. But, actually, with Hal, you weren't going to kill him anyway. All that heal...
I think he was trying to tell his buddy. I think he was trying to get Tars to get a lightning strike away. Way before that, he's like, "Hey, I'm giving you sight," and didn't realize it until it was too late.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But still, you know, it's 13-4. But because this Invoker's so far ahead, and is farming so well and has not died yet, he is still farming great. He's getting his Boots of Travel up. I like this. Just because he needs to get as mobile as possible and definitely needs to be able to farm as fast as possible. So at this point, I think he needs to get a Linken's up quickly. Yeah, they have ways to break it, but I think he needs to make sure he isn't dueled. So he, at least not easily, like there has to be some sort of Linken's pop to give you a chance to react. So like blink Linken's, and then go into your Octarine, then go into your Hex, that sort of items.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at this game, what are you feeling about Jakira though? He's got a Yule's set up. Do you think that it's really important to pick up like a mech this game, or maybe a Force Staff? I think Force Staff is pretty awesome in this game.
I think Force Staff is pretty mandatory this game. Anytime you're dealing with, just be able to dodge tornadoes. Like, you can use a Force Staff to just get yourself out of as long as you're paying attention, you can usually use a Force Staff to dodge any tornado. Unless it's like a blink tornado that you just don't see coming. You know, it also lets you can also force people out of the tornado combo so they don't take nearly as much damage. There's just a lot of things there. Oh, my camera's still on? Okay, I'll turn that off. It doesn't take up much space on the map, but I'll get that there. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of, like, Yule's first and Jakiro, honestly. Oh, he does have Arcane Boots. Like, I'd almost would rather see... Is Venge getting the medallion? It looks like she's finishing fourth the medallion. Like,
Yeah,
I'd rather
she's
have...
gonna get...
I don't know. I think Yule's is fine. I think Glimmer is probably better. Like, just you want to save people. But more Yules are good. Like, it's good to deal with Axe. It's good to deal with the Drow Silence. There's a lot of utility for Yules, too.
Spiritbreaker can always just pick up Dust, too, and easily kind of get around that. And also, Axe has the availability of just being able to call you, and Sunstrike goes through the magic resist on that. So, there's not a lot of utility out of that item. That's why I didn't personally suggest that one. And I was thinking Mech because... Okay,
we got a 3-man smoke, 4-man smoke play up top. Everyone's smoked up there except the Lycan. They're looking through the jungle and they're gonna find this Axe. Do they get the blink do off before he gets the blink off? He does get his own blink off. And just not fast enough fingers on Herpes. So the 4-man smoke's not effective. Actually, I think they're just gonna find this Rubik. Okay, no. They back off. So overall, 4-man smoke movement. Well, the other heroes are farming. So a little bit of advantage for Lemon Snow Cones, as you can see, because Invoker is just farming faster than the Lycan was able to. And he's going to pressure this bot tower. There's the TPN. They can get a blink duel here. You've got to do this. What? Why didn't he go for it?
Yeah.
I'm confused there. Like, oh, mid-fight, looks like Direwolf gets a Yule's combo off onto the Spiritbreaker, and they're going to try to run down the Axe with the Lycan ult. Gets the DD. Axe has already used his Blink Dagger, but the Ice Path missed. Lycan kind of diverted, just started pushing lane, and not great. They're still looking for this Axe, but they haven't found him. Uh-oh. Rubik got shapeshift. God bless. We get to see a little Rubik as a wolf. Oh, I just want to follow this Rubik around now. Looks like
there's I don't really understand what the play was there. They had a lot of opportunity. They probably saw that there was a guy mid, they get the pick, and they called to not do that because they probably thought that there's people behind the Invoker at that point, and Spiritbreaker was just pushing a lane to then initiate, so they were like counter-initiating the initiation, but they didn't realize that they were just both pushing up far and without real backup. Invoker is going for a Lincoln's though, so he's going to be able to do that pretty safely at this point. They have some things to break it, but really what he's going to be afraid of is the long-lasting duel at this point.
Down bot. Okay, just going to have a little trade of harass. Nothing much is happening. We're just having a kind of a farm fest here. Who do you think that favors, Flub?
Farm fest definitely favors Dire Straits, honestly. Like, yeah, the Lycan doesn't really... Lycan and Drow are kind of an enigma in this type of lineup because you don't want them to necessarily have... You don't want them to have late game farm, but they definitely aren't the best at late game farm. They have a lot of early game push potential. You got Lena as an incredible late game int carry type deal. You also have Legion Commander, so you have two there. You also have the Invoker on the other side, who's incredible for late game. But really, whenever you're matched up an Invoker versus a Legion, and you're not getting Sunstrikes on the Legion for her duels and not really helping out your team, then I'm going to favor the Legion matchup every time.
So, I'll say this. I think farming up is definitely the play for favors Dire Straits until Lycan has his BKB. Once he has his BKB, I think you can. Once you've committed that farm, they found the Invoker. They get the duel on him. They get the call, Laguna Blade, and they clean that fight up. And now they're trying to fight onto the shrine, but because of the Jakiro, Invoker buys back. This could easily be buyback. There's a 2-man call onto there. They get the tornado. Oh, there's one dunk. Trying to finish them off with the Lycan. Lycan tries to run away, but are they able to get any more picks off this? Oh, it looks like they're going to pick off the Venge, so they get the Jakiro and the Venge, but that's an Invoker buyback. Oh, Rubik's got his... Look at this, he's got a Light Striker array. He's still got lift. This Lena's dead.
Oh my goodness, that was a great play.
Yeah, that was.
100%. Oh. And they do get the other pick. They get a
Yeah,
blink.
Spirit Breaker got the charge, the blink there. That Invoker buyback ended up being a great play. I thought he was TPing onto the Jakiro ult amidst all these heroes. But once the buyback came, they made the call to bail, and they weren't able to converge on him or lock him down. They're going to get a tier 2 tower out of this very easily. And honestly, they could probably just go Roche right now after they take this tower.
They could.
Actually, they're just pushing top. They're just pushing mid. I don't think this is the play. This is very risky. Yeah, they're looking for a swap. He's got a 4-staff swap, but looks like he doesn't want to make that play.
Okay. I thought he was level 1 on Nether swap for a second there.
No, he had level 2. He had the range for it, but they're just going into Roche right now. And if they don't contest this immediately, they are going to have some issues. Rubik, okay, he has Light Striker right now.
They have a decent ward. They have a decent ward to see that.
But Roche is dying so fast. I don't think they're going to be here in time. They're TPing up, but it's too late.
Yeah, it's gone. They're going to check with the wolves, and they're going to see that.
And they're going to get a haste rune for the Drow, so she can just get out. Quick tornado, ice path comes in, but it doesn't hit anyone, and the tornado just makes it so they can't chase. And this buyback ends up being just a beautiful play because, yeah, it costs them some gold, but they win the team fight overall off of it. Take a tier 2 tower and get him the Aegis, so he doesn't have to play scared. He can still farm aggressively, and know that
he's the most farmed guy on their team too. So it actually like distributes the farm a little bit at this point because he's getting his teammates a lot more out of it.
If you look, the lanes are relatively pushed. Bot lane not the most, but then they go up and smoke with this Aegis, so they don't just want to get there. They're just waiting to get vision. They've got vision on this Venge. I think they made the call. I think they just got to initiate with the charge now. Oh, they get the call, the 4-staff there. I think the play there is just to do the charge.
Definitely. If they would have charged there, they had no real way to stop it. Yeah, you could see the 4-staff, but it's kind of guarantees that the axe is going to get his call.
If he reacts perfectly, you stun him, but in the time it takes you to stun, the axe can blink call you, and then you're just dead. And even a Venge pickoff is a pretty big pickoff, because without the Venge potential to swap out, you can siege a lot. It's a lot easier to siege. You can commit onto the Lycan or the Lina and kill her. Lina did suicide there. So they actually didn't get the kill on her. I think she suicided because her suicide is on cooldown. So we didn't note that before. So good play by Dyer. He didn't give over that gold, but it does cost him those charges. But you know, that's part of having a bloodstone. Sometimes you get low, you lose some charges.
It's true. Though, real quick, I have to talk about this because it's very rare to see this happen. Rubik has actually put in more points into Null Field at this point than he has in Telekinesis. So he's really valuing the amount of magic damage on the other team, which they do have quite a bit of magic damage. Thing is, though, is Null Field is not really the best skill point by point wise. Level 1, it's not too bad, but every point is less than what really its value.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's one of those things. Rubik's Fade Bolt scales great. His other two skills kind of scale like poop. But of those, Telekinesis is the more important one to max. But, you know what? He's getting good levels. He's getting good XP. He's level 13. That's not bad. He did go for the gold per minute as well, so he's going to get his Blink Dagger at this rate. It's just going to tick up. That is an aggressive D-ward. Can they punish? No. They're able to get out. Yeah, and Invoker was behind them with the Tornado. But now the Farm Fest continues, and Lycan can build his BKB now. Oh, actually, no, he can't. He is still missing components, so that fight really sold out Lycan's BKB.
That fight really sold out a lot. They actually had BKB coming out really for Legion Commander. They had a lot of different availability going around the map. They lost a lot of different...
And if you even
watch how they're playing... They had a lot of Bloodstone charges.
Yeah, he just got the fresh Bloodstone. If you watch, look at how they're farming. They aren't farming the map nearly as aggressively anymore, because that fight, I think, made them cautious of it. And Legion is... and this is one of the things that actually drives me batty. If you look at what's happening, is that both Legion and Axe are showing an awful lot on the map, more so than other cores. And when you do that, then the other team just shouldn't be nearly as scared. Like right now, Axe is kind of sitting with his Invoker. And I'm guessing that's because the call is to push bot in, but because of that, you know, the Dire team really shouldn't be scared. Axe is the catch here that really blows people up. And the same thing with the Legion. Like, those duels are what pick people off, but because he's farming the mid lane here instead of the Lina, instead of the Lycan, instead of even the Jakiro, you just don't care.
Yeah. Really, the Axe almost has hit his BKB at this point, too, and once that happens, I think that's...
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to be a very scary time for the Dire.
He's got an Invis room, too. He's going for this.
Without his BKB, he finishes BKB, and he's not actually giving it to him. But they're going to get two-man call here mid.
Yeah, he gets a two-man call onto the Lycan, onto Morgan, and they get the Spearbreaker ult. They come in, nice swap away, but Direwolf manages to pick off the Drow on the backside of this fight. They only get the Venge here, so if they can't get more out of this, this is going to be bad. Oh, the duel comes out. The duel's going to get a win on the Axe, and they're going to clean them up. But Lycan is hunted down by the Invoker, and Invoker can now just go and fight with this Lina, but they're going to have to run here. Invoker with a nice Ice Wall. There's the lift, but Ghost Wall comes out, and I don't think they have vision on any of these heroes. And his Aegis fades right as that happens.
Wow, I thought that looked incredible for the Dire and for Lemons, and that just went completely 180. The Lina got 2 Lightning Strike Arrays on 2 people. The Cyclone up kept them at bay, and then was able to... The guy didn't move. He knew that the Lightning Strike Array was going to be coming, and he dropped it on 2 players. Just an incredible play. Gives them a lot of... was able to really turn that into what it was, a complete...
Nice win, yeah, 2k gold swing, and just is a 4 for 1, 4 for 2, yeah, so... the main thing I'll say is that whole fight goes so differently if Drow, she finishes the Hurricane Pike, has this Maelstrom, and is now going for Linken's, and we've seen this carry player, Aegisworn, has gone for these greedy builds, and this is just a game where a Drow needs a BKB, like... They have Lina, they have Avenge, they have a Jakiro. You're not going to be able to do much in these fights without a BKB as a Drow. It's not like Invoker where you have a ton of control to like throw at people and to enable yourself. So...
And Lina's net worth is actually higher than Invoker's at this point.
Yeah, with all those kills. And that's the whole thing. Like, they're down in kills, but they were up in net worth, so the net worth swing is there. And you said it, Axe didn't have his BKB yet. If he has his BKB, he could have just BKB'd after the initial call, and just the whole fight goes differently because he doesn't get controlled up by that Lina then, and is able to just continue on fighting. Maybe he gets another call up. Instead, he just gets stunned up, dueled up, and just dead. And Tar is DC'd, and that's bad because he's basically their whole team. He's reconnected though, so we're good.
Oh, he's not their whole team. He's doing quite well for them. But
the whole reason they lost that fight is because he committed so hard on the Lycan that the Lina and the Legion just kind of cleaned up the rest of the fight. Like, he has most of their, he's got 4k, 16k of their net worth, and really does most of their damage. Especially since Drow doesn't have this BKB, she can't just like sit there and man fight anyone.
Yeah, she's a little weak on that side of things, and she's actually going for Lincoln Sphere herself because she's worried about the duels. And really, I feel like that's the last item she needs. I know it's very strong versus a couple different things on their lineup, but if you're ever in this situation, you don't necessarily want to have that. You just want to play back even further and be a little bit more safe.
Yeah.
And then let your Invoker be the menace that he is, and he already has a Lincoln Sphere, so you try to get them to waste something on him, and then you jump in, or then you walk in and start attacking the people that are jumping the Invoker.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I completely actually agree with the Hurricane Pike. Like, you need that Hurricane Pike to deal with the Lycan. Like, you need that mobility. Oh, they get the nice Rubik lift, they get the charge stun, timed out perfectly, and a quick Sunstrike kill, and that's a nice pick there. Using advantage that they placed that ward as they went in for that fight. Yeah, they did end up losing that fight, but the vision remained, and they used that to get a pick. And they should be able to use that to get a tower bot. But as I was saying, like, the Hurricane Pike is just completely necessary. Against a Lycan, you just need that ability to kite him. Whether it's to shove him away, to give yourself a chance to hurt him, or just push yourself over some terrain is the only way you're ever going to get away from him. But yeah, Lincoln's is very weak on Drow in this game, I think. I'd honestly rather see, if you're going to go like defensive BKB, offensive, I think a Shadow Blade's really strong. Just the ability to, like you said, hang back. Like, you can just start the fight in Viz and then wait for the fight to develop and wait for your opportunity, and then just push it. And they aren't going to commit here, I don't think. Nope, Axe is already TP top. He's going to counter this Lycan push, so they're just going to farm up the Radiant jungle, you know? And that, overall, that ability to get that tier 2 and farm out the jungle is going to give them back a little bit more net worth lead. And Invoker continue trying to keep up with the Lina, but now with her Boots of Travel and the Bloodstone, Lina should easily be able to continue to scale at the same rate as the Invoker. Lycan BKB's out.
So if we were to get the Drow at this point, like even if she weren't good to go BKB, I actually really think that it would be really important on her to get an Ags this game. They need some type of way to like kind of really guarantee that their high ground is going to win.
Uh-oh, Jakiro's getting charged on again. Gets stunned up, gets ulted. They're gonna get the Light Strike Array. Jakiro wands up, tries to get the Lina combo, but she gets tornadoed up. There's the Silence, there's the Meatball. Direwolf pops his BKB and tries to go to the chase, but they should be able to kite this out. There's a Deafening Blast Fold. They pop the Lincolns with the Yules, and they're looking for the duel, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to get it. Light Strike Array is missed. They're still kiting this out. Lycan's running around at full speed, but he doesn't know where to go, and they just shrine up. They're just getting around the shrine, and Tar is very confident right now with his vision. Yeah, he had those 2 wards. He was very confident, and he just kept kiting it out, the fight.
Yeah, he didn't even have Blink there. I'm very surprised that it worked out that well for them. That was a very good play by their team. They had very good communication there. They broke on multiple levels. They broke out from the fight, but they still stayed in enough of a distance to have Tornado affecting every single person. There was still a lot of different... It was just a beautiful backup. And honestly, I know that sounds like it's not that big of a deal, but it really is. When you look at team play, those are the things that are really hard. Jumping on a target, knowing when the right time to go in, and looking when the correct disengage happens. You can tell that that's a good part about a team.
Yep. And I even like what they were doing there. They pushed in the wave as a team, and if they were waiting to see if anyone came out to farm, and they were just going to blow them up and probably back again, even though Drow had TP'd out. Because honestly, Drow isn't key to their team fights as long as they go, oh, it looks like they're trying to catch out the Invoker, but wow, Tar is going in so ballsy right now. He doesn't have Blink, and he just keeps playing around this vision. He's got a Rubik for backup, but I don't think they can burst a hero here. They catch vision of him. Lina's trying to run him down. They can pop Lincolns with the Yules. Oh, and Rubik goes with the Blink, catches the Tornado, so there's no way to pop the Lincolns. They're looking for this Rubik, but he's blinked away. Tar is now TP'd himself out. Rubik's blink's off cooldown. He's just going to be able to blink himself away. So again, they just dodged them very well. And I know you said before it favored Dire Straits to farm up, but I think at this point, now that the BKBs are purchased on Lina and Lycan, you've kind of committed to these BKBs. And if you don't get value out of them, just the rate that they're able to, that Lemon Snow Cones has been able to farm on the map, I think you got to get something done in these next 10 minutes. And now they're going to lose the Aegis because of this superior map movement. And they have no vision of this. They have no vision of this, and meanwhile, Lemon Snow Cones has superior warding in the jungle. They just missed dewarding this ward here, and that just lets them know here. So now they're able to give an Aegis to the Drow. And just cheese to the Invoker. And no, honestly, I think the ideal play is to have the Aegis on the Invoker, but he's just so confident. And Akiro is going to get picked again. Gets charged up, stunned up, and just taken out. And they have Echo
that
Saber.
Dire Ward.
Yeah, so much value.
Sorry. Yeah, that Dire Ward is like one of my favorites ever. I love that ward. That's one I do all the time.
Yeah, they got two Jakiro kills off it. Invoker was able to keep map pressure on the bottom side of the map because of it. And now they have Drow with Aegis. They just alacrity the Drow up, and Drow just melting this tower. And it's really tough to take this fight without Jakiro, because the Ice Wall and the Macropyre provide a lot of the damage that they need to win these fights.
Drow's going for straight butterfly at this point too, and
I like that.
It's a good play because it's going to take care of most of their damage at this point. They don't have a lot of damage since they're going 3 BKB cores, and that's one of the better ways.
They're going in. There's the swap play onto the Drow, but a nice 4-staff out. They get the BKB pop. That's the Aegis down, but that is just the Aegis, and now Alina BKB's popped out. Drow's gonna have to just be able to walk away. Invoker just throws some spells, and yeah, they get the Aegis, but now there's no Lycan ult. There's no BKB on. Yeah, they pop both their BKBs now. I think they just go high ground now. There's the Macropyre.
Macropyre's out. It's so.
Did he steal it? He stole Macropyre. Oh man. Now they can just wait out this Macropyre, put down their own, and continue to siege. Still, 2 BKBs are still down. No Lycan ult. I still think this is go. They could easily say, let's just go take shrines, but I think they can take this Rax.
Yeah, just Macropyre the wave. If they would have done that before, it would have been great. Yeah, it's a little too late now. The wave's pretty much half dead. That's okay, though. They have a lot of potential to just move up on top of this lane. They do a little bit of poke, and it just does so much damage to that Rax. They're just going to be content, slowly poking away.
Yeah, this range Rax is going to go down soon. And, you know, honestly, at this point, I think they probably need to back because the BKBs are coming off cooldown now. Yep, the BKBs are off cooldown. Lycan ult should be up in seconds, so their advantages are gone now. But, you know, they're honestly feeling pretty strong right now, and I can't blame them. Yeah, and Forge Spirits are going to get that, Rax. And now you can just back up and get the shrines. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. They got a range Rax. Now they can just walk up as a team, try to take the shrine. I think the play you want to see here is you want to see them shove this wave and smoke. Oh, but the smoke is revealed by the creeps. They should have known this. If they were paying attention, they would have seen this. But I don't know if they were. Because Drow is farming in a super, super dangerous place. Gets swapped out, gets dueled, and is just super dead.
And they block the blink daggers on the other guys in the group. They should be able to attack here and get this easy Rubik kill as well. They're gonna... The Tornado gets him at the end, though, so he's not going to be able to get the Invoker.
But look where he TP'd. He didn't go back home. He went bottom.
Yeah, he's going to put pressure. But there's Venge's there to answer, so it's not... Venge can't really do anything, but it's not a free lane.
No, but Invoker also has 8k gold. He can buy whatever he wants.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be going for that... What is it?
He doesn't have TP boots for 15 seconds, though, so... They're going to have to answer this push.
He's going to go Octarine. He's just going to grab it right now.
Yeah, I think that's a fine play. You get Octarine, you can get a Hex. You know, get Shivas. There's a lot of items, but Octarine's probably the best play.
I like Octarine better versus
Oh,
Lycan.
They're going to duel the Spirit Breaker. No? What? No? Okay. They're playing too scared. They could have forced the Drow buyback there.
Yeah, they're wanting to get their high levels because once Lina gets level 25, it's not as great as it used to be. It's still incredibly strong, and Lina, if they can get her up, honestly, that should be their main focus. If they can get Lina level 25, I mean not Lina level 25, excuse me. If they can get their Legion Commander level 25, and they can run around with their Lina and like using his newly bought Shadowblade. Go around, get some duels, get those plus 40. What is it? Plus 40. Plus 60?
58.
58? Okay.
18 plus the 40.
Right. So plus 58 damage every minute or so. That will turn this game around incredibly. It'll give them
Invoker's 25 now, though. He's got the Tornado cooldown and an Octarine, so now it's just good luck. As long as Invoker's alive, you're never going to get much. They do get an Ice Wall onto the Rubik, but Rubik's gonna disengage. Looks like they didn't see anyone else, so they didn't want to commit onto it.
But that's actually the best way to beat an Invoker who goes that build, Faf, is if you can just stack up the damage constantly, where you can just hit the Rax, you can BKB and hit Rax, and actually it looks like Invoker's gonna take the Rax here.
Yep. He might die for this, actually.
Nah, he saw the Lina.
Yeah, he saw the Lina coming. Lina has the full Silver Edge, no detection on her. Is there a gem out on the... No gem yet. They need one.
Yeah,
I think
almost both teams need him.
Yeah, both teams really just need a gem. Oh, they caught this Rubik being cheeky again. Oh, but he missed the dual breath, so Rubik's Blink is going to be good, so he should be able to get away. Spearbreaker's just punching this shrine.
They can't really. They're afraid. They're
just so scared. Yeah, there's no wards on the map, and this Voker, like, look, he just keeps applying map pressure, and they haven't punished him once yet. Not really. I think they caught him once, but they caught him in his own jungle, actually.
Oh, got a 3-man stun, 3-man silence.
But there's the Lycan ult, there's Lycan BKB. He's already used his Butterfly, and the Drow's going to be able to kite out the Lycan. Invoker's already come in. The BKB is done on the Lycan. Oh, Invoker might get caught out here. They managed to pop it. Where's his team? He was coming in to fight, and his team, he gets off the combo. They get the stun, they get the blink in there. Axe is actually pushing top. They get the dual win. Invoker does have buyback, and it looked like he went in thinking of the fight, and his team went for the back. But Axe is trying to take this Rax, but did he take the damage? He did take the damage. There's a pretty big creep wave here, but I don't think he's going to get it in time. So that ends up being a pretty big kill there. But I really think if they just turned to fight right when Invoker came in... Oh, down at bot, the Spirit Breaker's still in. Ice Path catches him out from the Rubik. Rubik gets Yulesed up, but the Drow is in here now. And without the Alina, without them, they're going to clean up this fight. The Lycan's dead. Now they're cleaning up the Legion, and they've cleaned up the Jakiro. And that just shows, like, that's what I think would have happened, except it would have been the 5-on-5 team fight. I think they just win the fight, because Invoker was in a great position to flank them with all the control, the BKBs, but his team went out after he TP'd in, so they were able to catch him. But because of that great turn there, after the Axe pressure forced them mid, they're able to still get through, and they're going to force buybacks, because I don't think they can defend with Alina and Avenge.
No, they can't spam down the waves with that.
Yep, there's her spot back. I like this. Buy back one of your heroes, see if that's enough to force them back, and then only commit the Lycan buyback if you're going to get kills out of it. There's the Ford out. They get the swap back onto the Spirit Breaker. Oh, but they catch the Venge with the Gust and the stolen Ice Wall, and Venge is just destroyed. And Axe gets off his BKB. There's the buyback on the Venge. Drow is still trying to commit for this tower. I think they're going to get it. Yeah, they're going to get it. Now they just back out. They force 2 buybacks. Lycan's about to be back up, so you just got to get out. But really nice play by Lemon Snowcones. And just higher level team play overall at taking these trades, I think. After they got the Invoker kill, like, the other 3 heroes after they TP'd stayed around and just got blown up.
Yeah, the plays that have been coming out at this point
this Rubik has been styling on them. These ice walls that he's gotten, like that whole fight bot, I don't know if it goes that well for them, but the ice wall disabled, I can't remember if it was the Lycan, it disabled somebody, and they weren't able to throw in any more damage. And then that other play, he ice walls up the Venge when she goes in, that means the buyback there. Invoker comes in, just, yeah, he goes on the... just tornadoes them up, just being annoying, pushing out, running around, doing Invoker things. This is why I ban this hero all the time in International Ranked. If you've got one person who's higher, oh, he finds the Jakiro, but I don't know if that's what he wants. They get the Ice Wall into the Jakiro, Tornado comes out, but he Yules dodges it, nice dodge by him, but the Axe Call comes in, and that's where the Yules is not great. It doesn't set you up that great for success. There's the lift, now the... Oh, he misses the dunk, but he's still dead.
Dunk's still down for a while. That helps out the rest of the team. It looks like Axe is actually going for an Ags at this point, trying to do some classic battle hunger reduction type moves. Some interesting plays.
I'm a bigger fan of the Force Staff. It's because the Force Staff's so good. Oh, and bot, the Spirit Breaker, Ziggity's caught in. Oh, they get the nice stun to cancel out. Oh, the Tornado. Oh, they aren't able to save, but they get the buyback out of the Jakiro. And they still got the mid-racks.
They also used Lena's BKB.
Yeah.
And Lena went Chrysalis and almost killed herself.
With the Blade Mail did so much damage to her. I thought if the Tornado caught her, I thought they were going to kill her. What's the buyback status on the Radiant? They've spent so many of their buybacks.
Yeah, it's not good.
They have buyback on the Lena and the Lycan. So they that's probably enough, but it does leave them up. Another Ice Wall. Oh, man. These Ice Walls are just stopping their aggressive motions in the path. The fact that he doesn't have a cast animation makes that spell so much better. But, like, it is just unreal. DD Invoker. Look at how fast this Roche dies now.
Yeah, it's going down in a second. I'm really surprised that he's not using his little creeps. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
And
Drow's
yeah, Drow's gonna get this, and
Yep.
she's almost got a
satanic.
It's rough.
Yeah, double cheese on the Invoker. Oh, he was trying to split the cheese, I guess. You can still do that with control click, so I think you wanted to give the cheese to somebody else. It makes sense. Like, you give the cheese to Axe or Spirit Breaker, they can use all of their life as blade mail and then potentially cheese back up and then can, you know, get back in the fight.
Yeah, double cheese is fine though.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, having the ability for the Invoker to cheese himself twice in a fight, especially given how he's been able to play these fights. He's got another 7k gold though. At this point, he definitely needs to get like a Hex or something to replace the Midas for when he's fighting. Because he has a 5k surplus. You just got to get another item in there.
Yeah, at the very least, put on a upgraded Boots of Travel so that you can get some easy ganks to help out your team.
That way, if a Spirit Breaker's going in, you could always just port in on the Spirit Breaker as he's coming in. Oh, they catch the... They're going to force a Lycan BKB. Oh, but they get the call and the Blade Mail up. Nice Yules by Direwolf, because Axe didn't pop his BKB. Out comes the Lycan BKB. They get the duel onto the... Drow, but she killed him! Oh my goodness, Drow won the duel. And now they're just going to clean up. Lycan buys back, but he doesn't have his BKB, he doesn't have his ult. There's the Aegis, and I think this is going to be GG. They catch the tornado out. Venge is going to go down. Lycan's going to sit here and just get kited out and destroyed with the stolen stun by the Rubik. And now the Drow and the Invoker are just running at them. They don't have a buyback. That's a dieback on the Lycan. They have a buyback on the Lina, but that's not going to be enough. He's going to buy back. He's going to give it a try, but all four of the heroes are up, and honestly, they could buy back the Axe. No, he doesn't have enough for Bits of Travel, but I don't think they need to worry about it. They can just go.
Very good itemization by Ziggy, by the way. He went for a Heaven's Halberd after seeing what Direwolf...
Oh, we got the Invoker! But Invoker buys back immediately. They disarmed the Lina there before the BKB went off. Invoker buys back immediately. TP's in. The only way they lose this game is if he dies back. There's only the Lina. They have no other buybacks, but the team needs to back him up here. Oh, he accidentally right-clicks the tower, but honestly, they should just get the Megas now.
Yeah, but she's... That Heaven's Halberd is doing so much work. It's able to keep her locked down out of this fight. And, okay, they don't see her yet. They're just trying to keep them away. The Megas
can she kill the Invoker again? Oh, the cheese gets off this time. Yep. I'm about to say, if the Invoker dies back, that's their one chance. There's the Tornado. They're going for the kill here. And now she's down. With Megas down, she's down for 60. Oh, they might get this duel.
They can't duel.
Oh, they don't have a...
They don't have a break. They
did. Yeah, he just didn't use the Yules. And that will be GG.
Yeah, that's... Well, they might be able to pull something off with Lycan here. He's going to try to go in. He pops BKB, he pops his ultimate. He's going to try to chase down this Invoker. Doing some right clicks, but really the right clicks are not enough.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Drow's just going to run him down. Yep, and GG's called.
Well, Faf, I think what we learned today is pick Flub once because they picked Spirit Breaker and they won. They won. That's one of the heroes I said I wanted to see, right? That's the lesson?
No, not at all.
Anyway, what the real lesson is that they actually had very good itemization on the Dire side. They had a lot of different things that were going on. They didn't go for the BKB on Drow. They went for more damage. They had a lot of different potential, and they really used her comeback mechanic very well. They just kept her alive, letting Invoker go into really risky type of situations. It was a very good play by him. It was actually, he went a little bit too risky, I would even say, needing maybe even a blink or something like that to really dodge around even more. But nonetheless, it was some impressive Invoker play, and really I think that was what won them the game. He played so well in the beginning and was able to create so much space for his team later on.
Yeah, I mean, basically that was it. Both the games they've won, he's been able to put on playmaking heroes, and he's been able to make things happen.